Yes, I'm back. And that can only one thing. He has finally signed. Lucas Paqueta, 60 million euros on a 5-year deal with a 1-year option. It's literally just been announced by the club. Absolutely bloody fantastic. Bloody fantastic. That takes up our signings, obviously, to 8 now, with Agad, with Areola, Flynn Down, Skamaka, Cornet, with Kira, with Emerson, and now with Lucas Paqueta. Absolutely fan-dabby-doso. Absolutely. What are we thinking in the chat? Record fee. Let me just go onto the website for you. Delighted announced. I'm extremely happy to be here. I hope it's the beginning of a beautiful journey. I hope my time is successful. Last season was having a good season. He'll be wearing number 11 shirts. Obviously vacated by Mr. Vlasic, and that's a great signing. Absolutely stonking signing. Fantastic. I've got a little video here Anton did. We'll play it at the end just to give you a bit more information about Lucas. You've probably already seen it already, but we'll play it in a bit. But what do you think? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Are you happy? Are you happy about Lucas Paqueta being our 8th signing this summer? Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. In terms of David Moyes, he said he's delighted to welcome Lucas to West Ham. He's a player he's admired from afar for a long time, and of course, we saw him close up during the Europa League campaign. He is a talented footballer, and whilst he will need time to adapt to... Oh, he's already put that line in. Whilst he needs time to adapt to the Premier League, we're excited about adding another proven international to our squad. Absolutely bloody brilliant. I'm really thoroughly a little bit shocked, in all honesty. Obviously, he's our record signing now of all time. 60 million. It's been reported by Fabrizio, 60 million euros in total. I think it's about 45-15 or something like that in terms of euros. There he is in the kit, looking good. Oh, look at him already. Looking moody. I like it. I'm so pleased we've got Tom Starr says, I'm so pleased we've got this over the line. Me too, my friend. Me too. As I said, he follows 8 of our signings this summer, and that's not including, obviously, the Patrick Kelly as well. So that's who all of them so far. Look at them, don't they all look lovely together? Don't they all look lovely? Definitely take Declan Rice out of the midfield for this new signing. What? Definitely take Declan Rice out of midfield for this new signing? Are you mad, Henry? Are you mad, my friend? Here's a little bit about him. Let me just... I don't want to put the whole thing on. Let me just download some of the slides just so to give you a bit of information about him in terms of what he does. In terms of his game. Anton did a big show about it the other day, so don't really want to go too much into it for you guys because you've already probably heard it. But the good news is he's signed. He goes in. Technically, he'll be able to play in time for the Spurs. I don't think he'll play for the Spurs game. He may well be on the bench. He'll definitely be introduced to the crowd because we know he's there because he did the little interview. It looks like with Bazinga, bless him, with Ethan. So good on Ethan as well. Russ, I think our new signing should start against Spurs. I don't think they will, mate. I don't think all of them, to be honest. Massive signing. Recruitment has been top. Is he a great midfielder? I think he's more of a... I mean, Moyes has come out and said he can play 10, he can play 8, he can play sort of a 6... You know, he can play sort of all of those sort of deep line roles, in my opinion. Sorry, my floor manager at West Ham has just said something. They have. She's like, why haven't they announced it? They have announced it. Let me just bring up some slides just so you can see a little bit about him. I think Anton's already put them on here, actually. There we go. So, no, that's not it. Let me just bring this on here. There he is. Anton's going to drop on anyway, Tick. But no, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing signing. Yes, there he is.
Mate, oh, man. Buzzing.
Awesome, innit?
It's a really good signing. Do you know what? It's one of those, like, do you want to say? Is it like a marquee signing? It is. It's a signing that can attract other players. Like if you are looking,
but it is.
For more,
I mean, you know, if you look at, as you said, Yes, but being he's a marquee signing. He's going to be our record signing of all time. And so yeah, definitely a marquee
Yeah,
signing.
yeah.
We got he's here up the Moyes, a massive dub for West Ham. Indeed, that's the thing. Your massive signing recruitment's been top. He has been top. I mean, he goes into now one of where is it? That one. I've got to change. I could put his new picture in there now, but he's our eighth first team signing. It's not including Patrick Kelly as well. He's been playing very well in the youth team, but God, dear. And by all accounts, we may have one or two more coming in. What is going on?
I know.
What is going on?
Mate. I know. I mean, the thing is, I don't know if you've read out what he actually said in the website. Yeah, have you gone through that?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Yeah, so he was basically saying he's looking forward to it all, and it's a challenge. He's seen West Ham, close up front, and Moyes said the same thing. I'm excited to put on the West Ham shirt and show the fans what I can do to help my teammates in the club. Pretty sort of standard stuff, in all honesty. But yeah, he's there. He's all moody and moody lighting. Haven't seen the picture just yet of him holding like behind the Brazilian shirt just yet. I'm sure that'll be on its way up. They're obviously too busy doing the interview with Bazinga, to be honest. But and they even walked on. Look, that's a bit risky, isn't it? Our record signing, putting him up on the top of the roof. What's going on with that? Jesus.
You know what's quality though? I don't know if have you watched the video yet? You might not have seen it.
No, not yet. No.
He talks over it and he actually says, I wonder if I can play this actually. I should be able to play this. I won't show you it, but I'll let you hear it.
I think it's the other way around. You probably shouldn't show us hear
it.
Well,
no, it's just him talking. It's not anything else. Yeah. It's when you learn the language of football, you can speak to the world. Your skill with the ball is easy to understand, but when you love the game, the passion, the courage, the heart, no words describe. I will give you everything I have, because that's who I am. I am Lucas Paqueta. I will give everything I can because that is who I am. I am Lucas Paqueta. I feel like it's slagged off for pronouncing his name.
We said it right. We said it right
the whole bloody time.
Even Darmesh is still saying it wrong on Sky Sports.
Yeah. Why? What's
he saying? He pronounces one of the letters too much, and even the other guy said it was. The other guy said he said it different. He said Paqueta, and he said Paqueta or something. It's like it's Paqueta, packet. That's it.
Yeah. Is it not just Paqueta? Paqueta.
Yeah, Paqueta. That's it. That's literally it. But yeah, be wearing a number 11 shirt, which would be absolutely fantastic. He's in. What a signing! Can you imagine this guy feeding Skamacum? Oh.
I know Luke put in there, I really don't get the hype, but hope everyone's opinion of him is proved right. But what this guy offers to West Ham is progressive football, which is something that I feel like this guy can unlock defenses. He can penetrate defenses. He can play really good football in tight spaces. He can bring fellow colleague players into the game. He is an all-round player, and when we played them last year, we saw him firsthand. I think he only played one leg, because I'm sure he was injured, or suspended or whatever it was for the other one. However, we have, in my opinion, got a player that really adds like so much creativity, versatility, can chop and change the game where necessary. He's an exciting. He is no ifs or buts about it, and absolutely an exciting player.
Oh yeah, and he's we talk about, everyone talks about the next level and all that type of stuff, and yeah, I mean, he genuinely is. I think he's not just that, but as you said, with people like Scamacca, who's like a current Italian international. Obviously, he's a current Brazilian international. 30 odd caps, I think, on your. I'm just zooming through it now. So I think 30 odd caps. I think it was. 33 caps, 7 goals. It's not. This isn't some like random. This guy's got pedigree, and Yeah.
And he's got a lot of, people may say, well, why did he not play so well at AC Milan when he went to AC Milan? Well, one of the biggest issues he had at AC Milan was he was playing out on the far right hand side. In particular, he played all the way out on the right hand side for AC Milan, and he spent his whole career previous and prior to that not playing on the left hand side. He played as a central midfielder. He had the ball at his feet a lot, always had the ball at his feet. So when you play as a winger, you don't tend to get that same amount of service. So I don't doubt for a second that Moyes is going to be utilising Paqueta in the numbers that he literally said, and the reason why he was looking for him. I think he is going to absolutely maximise what this player is capable of. And another thing to add to it as well is, it looks like, and he has been saying, that I've been tracking this player for a long time. Like I don't think he's been the only team that's been tracking him for a long time. It looks like a lot of other teams have been tracking him. We've managed to get the deal over the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and also there was, there was talk. I think it was a lot of paper talk today about it all being, other teams coming in for him and yada yada yada, last minute. But yeah, by all accounts, it looked like they were too busy. It took so long because he had to go up to the top of the stadium and do the, that's probably why. It's a lot of stairs. Now I know there's about 90 stairs from my lift to the. So Christ knows how many stairs he's got going to the top.
But Russ, Russ, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if other clubs were looking at him and at the last minute, because he is at that standard. People might turn around and go, well, why hasn't he signed for a team in those areas? But he's not. He's obviously believed, and maybe it is Agent Emerson, maybe it is Agent Cornet, maybe it's Agent Skamaka, and maybe West Ham have just done their due diligence and realised he seems like a family man. Is he coming to the right place? All that sort of stuff. I just think this guy really offers West Ham, I mean, listen, I get it. We can always get carried away. I get it. It's nice to get carried away.
Yeah, nice. That's exactly what it is. It's nice to be carried away. It's nice to not having to get carried away because we beat Aston Villa 1-0 away. But actually, it's because we're buying someone who's a current Brazilian international. We've broken our and it's always exciting when you break your transfer record. I remember doing it several times in my lifetime. Obviously, some of them are not always the best, Savio, and some don't always work out. Like Felipe and Haller didn't work out. But look, this guy is the real deal. He's the real deal, and I think and you can see where. And I think I think that's our 10 slot sorted. I think he'll go in at a 10. But be sort of, one of these guys who, I just think he's going to link up so well with the rest of the side.
Do you know what? Well. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think Paqueta is the sort of player that brings players like Ben Rama's game on.
Yeah.
I think he's the sort of player that brings Fornal's games on. I think he's the sort of player, I think he can have an impact, but in a different manner to the way that Payet did to other players. I'm not doing a comparison. I'm just saying to what they did at West Ham with other players around them. I honestly think players like Ben Rama, who started the season off very well, could genuinely, really feed off of what Paqueta is capable of doing, because he is. I've got no doubts at all that he'll step into the Premier League. I think he is a Premier League type player.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we found out, was it last week, that his agents were over trying to get a move to the Premier League, that was obviously his destination and where he wanted to go. And I think the Leon president is a bit pissed off. We got him for so cheap, by the sounds of it. But F him, you know what I mean? It's like we usually get done the other way. But yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, I think he'll definitely go in at the attacking midfield role. But there is the options to move him about a bit.
Yeah.
And that's what Moyes likes. He likes he likes players who can do that. Because as you said, I mean, look at someone like Fornals on Sunday. He started as a 10, and then they went to the 4-2-3-1, and he went to the left. And that's what we want. The fact is, one change, taking off Emerson and bringing on Ben Rama, changed the whole system. And that's what we've been crying out for. And proper plan Bs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for anyone else that wants to know, I know we've done the video, which is all you need to know, and I know we're probably going to play that at some point. But just have a look at this. This is one of Paqueta's greatest strengths, his versatility. Though his preferred position is a central midfielder, his all-round game means that he can play a variety of roles, even in that area. Paqueta is comfortable playing deep or in a number 10 role, and last season he was being used as a false 9 for Lyon. Where he's performed that task admirably, it's not one of that he favours. And then, here's a couple of just little bits of play, and it's easy for me to say, well, I'm choosing the best bits, but but these are, if you see him in play, if you see him physically playing football, this is what he does, and this is what his ability is capable of doing. The ball is in an awkward position at the top of the screen there, so when Paqueta gets there, he's got look what he's got to do, and he can put the ball in the path, and this is what West Ham for several years, in my opinion, have lacked, is the penetration. I think Scamacca sweeps up and looks backwards and go, oh yeah, this is the guy. He anticipates the striker's run, and that's what you want. He puts the ball in front of the striker, and the striker's then got to do his job, which is what he's brought in to do. But then look at this. He can navigate out of tight spaces. You can see he's surrounded by loads of opposition. His back's the wrong way, but he's able to pivot very quickly using his quick feet. And play a progressive pass. Look, it's a progressive pass. It's not a backward pass. It's a progressive pass, and it brings other players into the game. And this one's a belter. Look at the pass he makes for Richarlison. If you look at the top picture, look at Richarlison at the top. He's the furthest forward Brazil player on the top of the screen, right? But he's still been marked by 2 defenders. And look at Paqueta on the ball. He's still been marked by 2 defenders. And he is going to... Yes, there's a big gap there. But the player still needs to get there. And their reading of the game is ridiculous. And he can just put the ball on a plate for Richarlison. It's really good. And this is what I think. Because we were doing the analysis on Scamacca, he's forward-facing. He's on his toes. And he'll lap it up. He will absolutely lap it up. And look at this, man. Look at this.
Yeah, all over the place, isn't he, man? All over the place. And what I like is actually he wasn't in the box too much.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And so there's that always, and that's always great for people like Scamacca to knock downs rather than people running in front of him. He's running it down to them, and Scamacca will love him. Great shout by Papa. In the same way that Lanzini and Payet. I think that was when Lanzini was his best, when he played with Payet.
Yeah, it really was.
Could get the same with Ben Rama, and it's very similar to when He Who Shall Not Be Named came on loan, and he seemed to just join everyone up a little bit. In terms of that place. This is a great shout from Phil. We signed Matt Jarvis on the 24th of August 2012. I know it well. And this it's 10 years and 5 days on. Come a long way, man.
We really haven't. And do you know what? Like, I know we as fans have got to be patient. We have to be patient because you're not going to get, potentially it doesn't mean overnight success. It doesn't mean that necessarily, but that's why Moyes maybe does the bidding in thing. I don't know, Russ. Paqueta, he's had a pre-season.
Paqueta.
He's had, what did I call him?
Paqueta.
Oh, it's the same thing, isn't it? Really, it's like me calling you.
Okay.
It's like me calling you Budden. But
Antion. Okay, Antion.
It's not that bad. Paqueta.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's definitely an exciting signing for West Ham. We've got to bed these players in. He's had a pre-season. He's played games for Lyon this season already, so he is ready to rock and roll. So if Moyes chooses to put him into that team, he can, because if you go by Moyes' mindset, he's already done the summer. He's already played in the games. So you don't want any of your players to not be playing consistent football. No, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Paqueta was put into the team of some sort.
I think I can see him in the squad for Wednesday. I can see him in the squad. I think he'd be on the bench because I think even there, there comes with obviously Moyes is spending his money. There comes with pressure of spending that money now. So I think he'll want to get him, right. In terms of Stevie, it's about 51.5 million quid. Yeah. Roughly, so there we go. But as someone asked about signings, he's our 8th first team signing. Look at that. I'm not being funny. Where end of last season, there was all the, I mean, there's a lot of doom and gloom. We're not going to sign anyone. We're not signing them. No one's going to sign. We're going to have a threadbare squad. Yes, we had a threadbare squad to start off of the season, but now look at that. I mean, with the exceptions maybe of Flim, all those you know, are probably better than what we've got now. I'd
Well,
say.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think fair play. I think Flynn is obviously, and according to Moyes, is an upgrade on Kroll. So,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think everyone is got their right, to be there. I mean, I'm really excited by Kira. I'm going to call him Kira because that's how the commentators were announcing him. Unless you've got me another way, how
No,
do you
that's
pronounce
right.
it?
No, you're right, Kira. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kira's right.
I mean, I'm excited by him. I really am. I think he looks like a really quality individual at the back. Can play the ball out from the back as well, and I think that just offers us a bit of calmness in the defense. But out with that, I just if Moyes is not done in the transfer window, and we're led to believe he's not, then bringing in Paqueta means that we can potentially bring in, there's your top notch signing. There's a big signing to go with the other crew that can then add, more signings to the club. So you're going out there and you're going, why am I going to come to West Ham? Well, look who is coming to West Ham now. We can attract some of the biggest talent, and I don't think I don't doubt in my mind that this is a what you call it, dangling the carrot in front of a player,
Of
maybe.
course it is. Yeah, of
But it's
course it
just
is.
about how you fit. It's about how you fit them all now. And I think what's good now is the fact that Lanzini still has a part to play at West Ham, and all the other players that are there still have a part to play at West Ham. And it's just about how you build around this big team. Because Russ, we all know, right? We don't have a great history with injuries. Some players may pick up
Yeah.
an injury. Look at Aguerd, what happened there, and that's had an impact on what's happened at the back. If Dawson does decide to go because he lives up north and he's got to travel down south every 2 minutes, like, you can't really blame the guy because
No.
he's you can't really blame Dawson if he does go because he's looking at holding on his career as much as he can, and if he's wanting game time and winning contracts, at his age and at his stage of the career, to be able to get a move to West Ham and be a number one defender, and then to potentially be in the transfer window again to be another number one defender, shit, you can't really hold that
And a
back from him.
2-year contract. Villa are going to offer him 2 years.
But you can't hold him back for it. You can't fault him for that at all. It be gutting, but you can't fault it. But West Ham are evolving and transitioning, and this is the sort of signing that helps that.
And that's the thing. I think that sometimes it's like, I mean, there was talk of obviously him going. There's the reports of Barcelona looking at Fornals if they get Bernardo Silva, and I think there will be a changing of the guard sometimes, and it is, as you said, it's about progression. And as you said, Dawson leaves. We'll be sad to see him go, but he did a great job for us. He never came in with the intention of being a first team starter. He came in with the intention of being a squad player, and actually because of injuries, he became this sort of cult hero. And similar to sort of James Collins towards the end of his time at West Ham. Not comparing the two, but similar players in terms of their style. But it'd be a shame. But as you said, it moves on, and you look at who we've brought in. You got to think, Gerd coming back from injury. You've got Tierlo, you've got Zuma, you've got there's some good players there already. So it's And as I said, I don't think we're finished just yet. Happy days, really, Steve-O.
Yeah, I really don't think we are. The website's given us some more information on him. 8 things you need to know about Paqueta. He grew up on a tiny island of Tolentino Colo de Lima. He grew up in an island on Guanabara Bay near Rio de Janeiro. And he was a teenage star at Flamengo, who we've spoken about. And he was, let me have a look here. At the age of 8, 7 times Brazilian Serie A winners. I'm just trying to have a look through it here. Paqueta won a host of junior titles, was promoted to the first team squad, and won the Rio State League in 18. Made his debut for Brazil Serie A, scored a Brazilian Cup final at the age of 19 as well. He won the Bola de Prato awarded to Serie A's top player at 20. So in the Brazilian top league at the age of 20, he won the best player in the country. He moved to Europe at the age of 21 to AC AC Milan back in 2019, and he had his first start in Italian Super Cup against Juventus. After scoring his first Serie A goal for Milan against Calgary in February, he dedicated the strike to 10 teenage footballers in his former club Flamengo who lost their lives in a horrific fire in the academy. And he went on to play 44 times for Milan in all competitions. But people will ask about why he wasn't as successful there. And that, again, comes down to the start of his career at AC Milan. He was very quickly whipped out onto the right-hand side, a position he never liked and was never, born and bred into. And because he likes the ball at his feet, what you'll see from Paqueta, right, is a player that will run into space and scream for the ball. He's a sort of player that needs the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
And if you go out onto the wing, you are anticipating the ball to be passed to you, whereas Paqueta makes the ball move, and he then makes Bowen run. That's his job.
Someone made a point in the chat about that. Yeah, it could be the resurgence of Bowen because he needs something. He needs something definitely, doesn't he? No, definitely. What we got here? Karen, mate.
He won the Copa America in his home city. He made his senior debut for Brazil as a substitute in a 2-0 friendly against USA in New Jersey in 2018. Scored in his first start in a 1-0 draw with Panama. And he and Brazil obviously won the Copa America back in 2019 in his home city of Rio. And obviously he moved to Lyon back in September of 2020, and he quickly established himself as a standout performer in the league. He was named in the 2021 Team of the Year at the end of his first season in France, and he missed just 6 Ligue 1 matches and 2 full seasons for Lyon as well. And of course, we know they qualified for the Europa League, and of course, subsequently got knocked out by West Ham. And he only played one of those games, but he was one of their better players. He started at the 2021 Copa America as well, did really well there. He's a regular starter for Brazil, like you said. 33 appearances for them at international level, 7 goals as well. And he's West Ham's 4th ever Brazilian player to sign for us. Can you name the other 3?
Oh, Felipe Anderson.
Yep.
Brazilian players for West Ham. International players. I don't know. Do they play international?
No.
No.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't necessarily know. Actually, because Brazil do have a history of awarding a lot of players.
Well, you've
caps.
got Nene, and Nene's. I reckon Nene's played for it. He definitely would have played for Barcelona, Brazil. So you have got Nene. You've got who you said, Felipe Anderson.
One arrived at Stansted Airport.
Is that Wellington Paulista? Yes. And the other one will be bear with. I got it.
Go on.
There's another striker.
Yep.
Ilian. It's got to be Ilian.
Yes. There you go. So there's all the facts and figures about our man.
Amazing.
Lucas Paqueta.
Amazing. Exciting times. Is it exciting times? As I said, we've got the transfer window finished on Thursday as well. So, crazy stuff. Crazy.
I really have to. It's just interesting to see where Moyes goes from here because he's spoken a lot though about having a central midfielder. Paqueta is not the mold of the midfielder that we've been predominantly looking for. No, he is a mold of the player he wants in terms of. I mean, I don't know. Does this mean? Does this put the death to the Vanaken deal? Like, I mean, are we going to still look at bringing Vanaken in? I mean, and then if Vanaken comes in, what does that mean for all those?
Well, I think that's why I thought there was a reasoning behind Viborg game where we played Lanzini in the second midfielder role. Mm-hmm. For me, it was almost like this is going to be your role. Is this your back? You're going to be, Fornals can play that role as well. That's why I know, and I know it's sort of bittersweet, but I could see a deal for if Barcelona come sniffing for Fornals.
Well,
I could see it happening.
I think the story goes that if anyone comes sniffing for anyone for the right price, they're pretty much a done deal. So for the right price, then I
Yeah,
can see it. I can see it. And yeah, it's a really important year for a lot of international players because
it
obviously
is.
they've got the World Cup as well. So it's going to be vital. But I get that, but I just can't see him going. He's vital to West Ham squad,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I know, but
he seems to be really popular in the dressing room. And I feel like Moyes would be going, do you know what? If there's a player that's kind of indispensable to this squad, another one of those players, I feel like Fornals is that guy. I really do. I really believe it. He loves the fucking club, man.
yeah,
He loves the
it's
club.
true. Yeah, he does. He does. There was I was reading a report about West Ham looking at another Brazilian centre back, Luizao, a 20-year-old from I think it's Flamengo. I think he plays for Flamengo. I think us and Fulham are both looking at him as well. But yeah, I mean,
No wonder for them are looking for him.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I feel bad for Issa Diop. I really do, but oh my word.
oh, bless him. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
bless him.
Bless him.
Yeah, bless him.
Bless him. But you're right. I mean, yeah, from one to how many on the bench? 20. If you were doing it by proper numbers, we've got a quality. You know, the squad is just the quality of the squad has improved dramatically, and obviously, you know, it seems now we're getting into the period where we start letting some of the kids go out on loan. Obviously,
Yeah.
yes, last week we had two. Meepo went to Port Vale. Dan Chesters went to Colchester.
Colchester.
And I think Okaflex is going to Swansea, which I think is a great move for him
Yeah.
because they play really like his type of football,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he would do a fantastic job at Swansea. And obviously we've got a good relationship with them after the Downs deal. So and so it looks like, you know, we're sort of now getting the numbers and trying to move a few pieces around and stuff like that. So I think there'll be a little bit of movement, a little bit out. I think Dawson will probably go to Villa. I don't think I saw a report today about Newcastle and Ashby. Can't see that happening.
This
At
is an
all.
interesting. This is an interesting one. Our wage bill must be massive. Well, I think everyone's wage bill is massive. But let's just take a quick look off the top of our heads. We lost Noble and Kroll. So Noble, what? I don't know. I don't know if we can find this out quickly or not. But
Let's have a look. I reckon. Yeah,
70.
because it's like, you know, when you're in the office and there's someone there who's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
They don't their wages aren't as comparable as a new boy coming in because they just don't. So I reckon he's probably about 60, 70. I reckon if that.
Yeah.
He was.
I think I do have it ish here, unless you can find it as well.
Let's have a look. Right, wages.
Oh, hold on a minute. I think I can. I think I can get the the season before. Yeah, I think I can.
Sport Trek. Let's have a look. Accept. So
So
they
let
reckon
me-
it was on about 50 grand. I reckon.
Right, so we can up it a little bit if we need to. So let's just
Yeah.
say it was on 60, just for
Yeah.
talking sake.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. I've got a pen and paper here right now. I'm going
hello.
to do these sums right.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. So 60k on Noble. What
Yep.
was Fredericks on?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Ryan Fredericks.
Where is it? They've got him on 40.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably right.
Let's say 45 then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we lost Kroll.
I don't know how much. I don't know what type of deal we had with what's name on that as well. To be honest.
Should we just say 20 for the sake of that then?
Yeah. Just put in for 20.
Right, cool. Who else went out the door? Yarmolenko, 115.
Yeah.
Yarmo, 115k. Who else went out the door?
I've got the list here. Right. So David Martin.
What was he then? He was
I reckon 30.
really fucking hell. Really?
I don't know. I don't know. Just got his. I mean, he's signing a free transfer, didn't he? So he could.
Let's
I
just go
reckon that.
30k. Martin, right? We've got that.
Okay. Then we got
Cardosa was on 23 grand. He's
Wow.
gone.
Okay. Then you've
Right,
got.
so
Okay. You done? Next one.
Masuaku.
Masuaku. I don't know what the just say I don't know because we'll be paying. Still be paying a percent. Yeah. So
So
say
we pay
20.
40, so we do 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
20k Masu.
And then we got
we'll
Issa.
He said the up. Yeah, what's he?
I have no idea.
67.
Yeah.
So we'll round it up to 70.
Yeah. Vlasic. Will be paying. They'll be
Vlasic.
paying a percentage of that as well.
Yeah, so we'll do 50% of Vlasic. What's that then? What's he on?
He was on a bit, wasn't he? I think he was on about 70, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
and
70k.
and then you got a bunch of the kids. So you got Alese, you got Sonny Perkins, you've got and then you got all the ones on, and Nathan Holland. They went on freeze and
Right.
stuff like
So
that. So
so we
say
put them at 50k.
just put like 50 just for all of them.
Yes.
Just as a general thing, because then you've
Yeah.
got like Neves is on loan, Trott's on loan, and people like that. So that's a lot.
Is there any more
Not at
we've
the
missed?
not the first teamers, no. And obviously, this is not scientific at all, but it's just say people were talking about wages and stuff like that. What we got? Yeah, these will sing West Ham massive in the press corps indeed. What if all his eyes are because Deck and Pablo going? I don't think his Deck's going. I'll be gutted if fornicated leaves. Can he play next game? He can, but I don't think he will. He'll be registered in time because you have to register 24 hours before or 12 o'clock before the kickoff. So there we go.
So I reckon we've been quite conservative. So the number comes out at 404, but I'm going to round it up to 410 just for the sake of rounding it up, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and we've brought in 8 new summer signings this year. Okay, so we've got rid of that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 first teamers squads, and then
yeah,
a few of the kids, and we've replaced them with eight
yeah.
players, and we've got 410k to spend. So we'll start with probably the cheapest. Downs, what, 25, 30 is he?
I reckon it'll be on a bit to come, but yeah, I reckon. So okay, I have no idea. So I'll see if anyone knows. Flynn Downs West Ham wage.
Well, we're doing this all for yous now, isn't it? All these
Yeah,
numbers.
all these. I love my numbers. Right. Okay. Flynn Downs. Okay. Well, that's bollocks. That's
Doesn't give
not
you it.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because it's got Declan Rice as £3,000 a week. I don't think so. Sport Rack. Right, so let's go to salary sport. There we go. They reckon Flynn is on. Where is he? He's not even. Oh God, he's not even there. He's not an active player. He's not an active player. I don't know. Say 40. Just put him down for 40.
Okay, cool. Right, 40k. Then Max Cornet.
Let's have a look. Cornet.
I mean, he was only on 10k at bloody Swansea. So anyway, Flynn Downs. We'll go Downs at
Yeah.
we'll go at 40k, right? So we're gonna go Cornet.
Well, Cornet was on for. He was at Burnley about 45 grand a week.
So we've probably negotiated what, 70?
I reckon he's got up to 60 or 70 years. So he's
60
had
or
a little
70.
a little bunts.
Yeah, cool, excellent. Skamaka.
Oh, he's on six, isn't he on something like 60? He's on something ridiculous at the moment because
Who is Skamaka?
I swear he's on like a ridiculous. He's ridiculously cheap. He didn't want to come for the money.
Well, they've
Or
got it
something.
here as 90.
Well, I thought he was on. We might be. Just but let's put it in. I mean, look. At the end of the day, you can see quite clearly that we're not going to be hugely.
Yeah.
We've saved a lot of wages, particularly with Yama, and obviously removed them, and then we're slightly higher up than we would be. But obviously,
What do you think we're paying Paqueta then? He's probably one of the highest. Then, do you think now?
yeah, he's got to be, isn't he? He's got to be.
Should we give him 100?
Give him 100.
Right, cool.
See, this is that easy in terms of transfers. Yeah, give 100.
Who's the other players we're missing?
Agreed.
Aguerd. What, 70?
Yeah, probably. Kira.
Emerson.
Yeah, we got Kira, we got Alonso, we got Areola.
So, what would Emerson be on? I think he was pushing for quite a high wage, wasn't he?
I think he wanted wasn't it almost like, was it? I think he was on 75 at Chelsea. I think.
Should we say 90?
Yeah.
Cool. And then Kira. What was 80?
Yeah.
Don't know. And then who else was there? Areola.
Now he I've been interesting because he was on 125 grand at PSG. So I don't know what he'll be on. I reckon 100. I reckon he'll be on 100.
Yeah, I reckon the same.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got 410, and then go.
while we were reading it, Matias is from Brazil. I want to talk a little bit about Paqueta, revealed by Flamenco. He is the most different player, the shortest of the new Brazilian generation. Dribbles, disarms, destroys a defensive line. We like the sound of that, Matias. Thank you. Hit the like button, says Lee. So just do it. If you're excited about Paqueta signing, hit the like button. If you're not, don't hit it. I think he will.
Sorry, I think I've got it. I reckon
Yeah,
we've spent. This is absolutely guesstimation here for you, but roughly about 200k more a
yeah.
week to get these players in. So we've removed the players in theory that most of us fans probably seen leaving the club and replaced them with, in theory, on paper, better quality. And to get better quality, you're going to need to pay better money. And by that, I think we're paying probably 200k more to get these players in.
Which if you divide it by number of players, it's not per player. It's not a huge thing. Then it does open up a conversation in terms. Someone put in the chat about improved contracts for the likes of Bowen, Souček, and Rice. Well, definitely so it could be by the end you might be, and that's per week. You might be whacking it another. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. I mean, the fact is, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. What we've done here in terms of what we've got rid of. And obviously, a lot of those you got to think Yarmolenko was on Pellegrini wages, as I like to call them, and stuff like that. As you said, he was our top earner. Yeah. But we brought in, and then, everyone we brought in, I'd say is the right side of 20. The right side of 20. Not pushing towards 30. They're all going to be here for a long time, hopefully, and they're all tied down to multi-year deals, at least sort of 5-year deals with options on it. Chris has got the song. Rhythm is a dancer. Paqueta is the answer. Scoring goals from everywhere. From Rio de Janeiro. West Ham Super. You can stop him with his flair. Whoa, Lucas Paqueta. Whoa, you should see him in the air.
Oh, we need to do that one more time. You ready, Russ?
Okay. Doom, 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 doom. Rhythm is a dancer. Paqueta is the answer. Scoring goals from everywhere. From Rio de Janeiro, West Ham superhero. You can stop him with his flair. You can stop him with your hair. With your hair, you can. Whoa. Here's the answer. I like it. I'll play a bit of Rhythm as a Dancer on Wednesday and see if we can get it going. The buzz around the players right now, it must be crazy for the likes of Declan Rice, for the likes of Bowen, for the likes of all these players. They must be buzzing seeing these players coming for the door. And when we had Pedro on, we Obiang, we asked him about having all these new players coming. What's it like? Because obviously he was part of the team which. Twice, at the last season at Bowling, there was a huge influx of players, and the first season at London Stadium. And he said, when they're good quality players, you get excited as a player.
Yeah.
And right, who's next? I think we will sign Brozier on loan and Wan-Bissaka. That's perfect. It's class though. Wan-Bissaka's an interesting one. I'm up. Could be depending about Ben Johnson's injury. I think but I don't think it's too bad. Thanks to West Ham board. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. They've spent some money. Anton's
do you know what? If it comes down to what Moyes has said all along, I'm only going to sign players when I want them. I reckon they've been doing the due diligence. I reckon they've realised that in January, if you think about it, were Lyon going to get rid of Paqueta in January? No, probably not for the money either. It's in the middle of their season. They were still fighting for the Europa League. So you can take that one off the box. Emerson was out on loan to Lyon. Was he going to leave? No, because he was out on loan. Max Cornet was in the middle of a relegation battle with Burnley. Were they going to sell? No, because they need their best player to try and stay in the league. Scamacca fighting in Serie A for Italian number 9. Maybe we were just doing our due diligence on him at the time. Aguerd doing really well for Rennes. I'm excited for him to come back. I really am.
I am. What have we joined? Yeah, exactly. You joined karaoke night tonight, it seems. Why has he not been revealed by the club? He has been revealed by the club. It's been revealed, Hammer. Look, he's got the pictures and everything. Look, there he is. And I said at the beginning, the reason why it took so long for it to be announced is because he had to walk all the way up those stairs to the top of the stadium, which is quite high. And someone put in the chat, I think it was Matt put in our group chat. Could you imagine if he was hijacked and like Tottenham's helicopter comes over and just picks him up like he's part of a James Bond movie and takes him to? But no way, he's ours, and he's part of that eight. The wonderful eight. I went for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers vibe with that picture, and yeah, it's all good. It's all good, looking good. Like, everyone's buzzing about it, and obviously, does that? I think that makes us the top spenders now. I think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Nottingham Forest have signed another player today.
But they haven't signed him for low. You know, all these players have got 19.
Is it not? I think it's like. Is it not? This one not quite a big one.
It's on loan. Rodri's on loan, and they're going to sign. They're going to sign old Willie Bowley. You know, from Wolves. But I think we have a left. We did sign a left back. We signed Emerson. Yo ho ho. There we go. We need another 5 players since Vinay. Vinay has had enough. I think he's actually 19 now at Forest now, Adam, because I think Serge Aurier signing for them as well. Rice has already commented on Paqueta's video. Well, they follow each other on Instagram now, so there you go. We knew about that yesterday, so there we go. Right, I think the question we need to ask, Anthony, is who's next? Who's next?
Mate. Well, sorry, I didn't finish what I was saying. He's not gone for. He's not. No. Ages ago, he's not got the player centrally in midfield in the Soucek, Declan Rice area yet. So
yes, like the Anana, because obviously we're looking at Anana and like that type of physical. Yeah.
So he's not got anyone there, and I think he's going to look. I think that position definitely, and I think he's going to try and look for someone like a Broja, if Broja's around, maybe a Broja, and possibly another defender, maybe. I mean, what have we got in defence? If Dawson was to go, what have we got in defence? Zuma, Kira,
Aged.
Well, he's not. No, but
yeah, right but if right now, okay. So you've got Johnson. You've got Soufal, you've got Ashby, you've got Cresswell, you've got Emerson.
Yeah, but so I still don't think he's happy with the central defence. And if he lets Dawson go, I would be surprised if he's looking at the market. I really wouldn't be surprised if he look at someone in the market.
Yeah, I think Man United will be if they sign what's his face in it. If they sign, has it gone through? The Anthony, yeah, that's 100 million. So fair price. Do we trust Moyes to integrate all these players without upsetting harmony? Well, I think it's good. I think you will. I think that's why it takes so bloody long, ladders, to get it in. To be honest, and you know, we assume when a player comes in, it's going to piss off another player. But as I said, we've spoken to players before who've actual ex-players from West Ham who've, you know, said that actually, if it's a really good player, they get excited about it. So as long as it's not, they're not like, you know, I mean, I'd be pissed off if I was Nottingham Forest and I was one of their players who went up. But that's just me. But that's a different type of thing. But for Oggy as well. Oggy as well.
Yeah, no, but still, I get it. But Oggy's still the wrong side of 30. And so building for the future, you know, currently you look at that and you go, you look at Aguerd and you look at Kira and Zuma. Did we miss it? Did we miss Zuma?
No, we mentioned. Yeah, we mentioned.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't. We didn't.
Didn't we?
No, we didn't. So we've got Zuma, Kira, and Aguerd.
Yes.
And no, maybe we did mention him. I don't even.
Yeah, we did, because I mentioned again. You said not yet. He's not fit.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. So yeah, you might dip into the market, maybe a loan or something like that. But maybe we did dodge a bullet with Lingard as well. Maybe we did.
Yeah, I mean, Attila hasn't moved anywhere yet. A lot of these guys we were looking at haven't moved on. People mentioned things like Coletta Carr on low. I'll be surprised if we do another permanent. I think it'll be loans in now because we haven't really explored that yet.
Yeah, but Russ, sometimes I feel like West Ham have now committed. We are fully committed to this transfer window. So there's no way now, if Moyes is turning around to this board, he's going, I'm fucking twisting your arm. I now want this player and I want this player. So at this point now, if he thinks there's a player that can really make this squad push, gel, progress, he's going to want him. And it kind of, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another 30 million. I really, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them, because I feel like it's not just about spending money. We've learnt that. We've learnt that under David Moyes. Due diligence, history, homework, all that sort of stuff, characteristics. Did he fit the mold? Yes, we'll look at them. We'll take our time. We'll get the deals done. We've sat patiently over several pre-seasons, over several transfer windows, and not, brought in players here, there, and everywhere. And I still think we are, if I'm being brutally honest, a couple of players short from being, from really pushing. Because let's just, for horrible sakeness, let's think about if someone picks up an injury like Skamaka or Antonio, then bang, we're left with one striker. And the other striker that's got to cover is a player who is versatile. So you need you do, for the amount of games you've got coming up, especially in the Conference League, another player there who maybe, you could say could be a loan, could be a permanent deal. But shit, man, if you started your season with Broja, Skamaka, and Antonio.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think what, for me now, it's almost like it's like he's looked at certain positions. So, if you look at the signings we bring in, he's the guy. We know that left-sided centre back needed to be sorted, and so we sorted that. Unfortunately, he got injured, and then we've had to resort it. Because I don't think Kira would be here if Aged hadn't got injured. In my humble opinion. But the goalkeeper situation needs to be sorted. We got him in. We needed another midfielder. We were light midfield with Noble and Krall both leaving in the summer. We brought in Flynn, the striker we all know about. We brought that in. Left hand side is always a side which is a bit dodgy for West Ham in terms of attacking wise. It's one of three players last season who'd fit in there. Arguably, Cornet will come in and establish himself on that left hand side. Then we needed a centre back to replace Aged. And, Moyes said we got more in than he wanted to originally. I think that alludes to the Kira deal, to be honest. We needed that left back. And after a while, we were looking at Borna Sosa and people like that. Emerson seemed not... I wouldn't say a cheap deal, but it was I think he's a stopgap. I mean, he'll still be here for 3 or 4 seasons, I think, Emerson. And then that sort of 10 role is an area we've always had a bit of trouble with. And again, he's brought in Lucas in for there. So it seems all these areas he's sort of nailing down. I think right back we were sort of okay at the time being. Yeah, but I totally agree. I think that second combative midfielder is what we really need, just to. Even if it's just to kick Suchik up the arse a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, Victor. Yes, Victor, we will do. We will be having a transfer window show. It'd be interesting to see. And so, I think now the next move depends on who goes elsewhere, because it's that last week now. So, if Chelsea do get Aubameyang, that arguably could release Broja. Now, if they're offering, but if West Ham are offering 25 million plus Broja and Gallagher for Gordon, that could kibosh that for us. But there's going to be a lot of movement about. I think Anthony going to Man United. Does that open up the door for Rashford to move on? Does that open up the door for someone who's not in Ten Hag's plans? Maybe Martial. That's why I think there's going to be a lot of movement. Luke Shaw's not getting a run in at the moment at Man United. He could be going somewhere. And it all then you get sort of the domino effect. I think we'll be capitalising on that domino effect. I wouldn't mind a right winger just to compete with Bowen. That's what I want, in all honesty. Hope these sides will get some underperformers to kick up the arse. That's what I totally agree. Sorry, but in my opinion, we overpaid on Paqueta. In Milan, he played terribly, but he did. But as Anton said, he was mainly on the left-hand side, not necessarily in the more advanced roles. Russ, can you tell us what you do in a day of a life? I'll do it one day, Miss Mythic. Well, not today, but I'll do it another day, I promise you, in terms of what I do. Play all the new boys. A new German player will end up becoming a legend. My feeling, I totally agree. I think, actually... he'll be very good. What's happening with Januzaj? Apparently he's going to Venezia. They're a Serie B side, I think. That could have been a good free transfer in my opinion, but there we go. We would miss Fornal's industry if he leaves. He works like no one else. And Colo wants a Dama Traore. There we go. Right, I think we should go and have our dinner, mate.
We should, mate. We should. Just for anyone that's just joining, here's some images.
There he is.
There he is, and all his. I don't know.
Got,
And all his
well,
what?
he's got his socks quite high up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
you'd have noticed that straight away. And that's him on the roof, which seems a bit of a risky thing for a record signing to put on the roof. But anyway, it's your own, and he'll become our 8th first team signing. That's not including, obviously, Patrick Kelly as well. I think what we'll do is we'll finish with a little couple of minute video about what you can expect from Paqueta.
I know Russ did it earlier on in the show, but before we do, this is what he said about joining the club. I'm extremely happy to be here. I hope it's the beginning of an enjoyable journey. I hope my time here is successful, and he is going to be wearing a number 11 shirt. Last season, West Ham had a very good season. I hope they continue to enjoy more and more good seasons at my time in the club. I'm excited to pull on a West Ham shirt and show the fans what I can do to help my teammates and the club. So there you go. Our record signing has joined, and he's buzzing. He is buzzing, mate.
Just like we are, man. Just like we are. Just like we are. As I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment. So off your new names in the chat. Give us, if you want to give us a subscribe, please do. Please do. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any content. Anton's going to go for a kip in a minute. I am as well. Knackered. Work tomorrow as well. I hate Monday bank holidays for that exact reason. And yeah, keep you out for the channel. We've got loads of stuff. We've got previews for the Tottenham game. Obviously, the transfer window closed on Thursday. We've got previews for the Chelsea game. Now it's been confirmed for 3:00 on Saturday. Nice of them. We've about 5 days left to confirm the time for everybody. But we do previews of that, watch-alongs, reactions, all that type of stuff, as well as Holly's videos and Harry's 5-minute previews. And I don't know. Let Happy Hammer it. She can sing us out. There we go. As I said, what we do is we'll put a little thing on the pitch, a little bit after it, rather, in terms of understanding. Or I'm going for odds on winning the treble. West Ham clips did a great thing on the Aston Villa one. It goes, and David Moyes' bastard plan to put the league into a full sense of security by us losing the first 3 games in a row. Absolutely brilliant. And as Lee says, we are massive. We are massive everywhere we go. There we go. Oh, I keep doing it. Brilliant. All right, guys. Well, take care. Stay safe. Sleep well now. Sleep well.
Lucas is a hammer.
Lucas is a hammer. Yeah.
Paqueta.
Yeah, passing everywhere. Yeah, anyway. Me and Anton are going to go and get signed up by Simon Cowell now as the new Robson and Jerome. And we'll see you guys very, very soon.
And here's everything you need to know about Paqueta.
Exactly. Here's everything you know about Paqueta. See ya. Bye ya.
the days caress our skin when we